Hi, my name's James O'Neill. I'm doing a video from Cornwall, United Kingdom. This will be on my backup channel. I'm going to call it I Got Sloppy, meaning I just got sloppy in my words and something was picked up by Google and it was just the excuse they were needing, for YouTube to ban me, well, suspend me. And I'm suspended till July the 18th, just one clean ban. July the 18th, though, 3 months. 3 months and a little bit. And it is what it is, After the last episode, I'm not cool about it, but I'm not going to get worked up about it. I can honestly say this time, I didn't feel one, where you get a surge of anger or you get a surge of emotion or anything. Didn't get anything. So I've learnt my lesson, so I've progressed, in life. And that's what we're all about, and that's what I try to do through my videos, try to show people what's happened in the past, what's happening now, what's happening in the future, so when it happens you can go, yeah, Jimmy's right. And then we learn and we don't get angry about it because it's all predestined. The future is written. The future is written. And it's here now. The future is there to see if you look, and you can't get angry about it. You can't get angry about something you cannot stop. It's beyond your power, it's beyond your pay grade. So what am I going to talk about today? I'll tell you what I'll talk about first, this ban. I got banned basically on something I said that went against the medical opinion of the WHO. There's like a big long comment, but basically it's on medical stuff. And it's got me last ban in June 2019. That was based on hate speech. It was something I did about Muslim something and McCain oven chips. Feminism, Muslim something I said, and then McCain oven chips. And so that was hate speech. So I lost that appeal. But the thing is, a couple of days before the presidential election in 2020, I got suspended. A video got took down, so I got a suspension, so I got a strike. Then a day or so later, another video got took down, that was another strike. So me 1 week suspension was extended to a month. Then I got another video took down a couple of days later, that was another strike, which then took me into January. Then I got another strike. That was 4 strikes that took me to April the 8th, I think, something like that. So I should have only just been getting back last week from all these strikes. I appealed them, they all got knocked back. Because you just do an automatic appeal and an algorithm deals with it. I doubt if it even gets to the human stage. You just get to another algorithm. And I was banned. But what I don't think I ever told you was I wrote a letter to Google in California, and all I did was address it to the head of public relations, Google headquarters, wherever it is, and I recorded, delivered it, delivery, and I forgot all about it, lost a receipt, I never checked when it got delivered or nothing. I just sent it. Anyway, lo and behold, couple of weeks later, my channel's back. I'm allowed to upload. I found out by accident because I accidentally started to upload a video to my old channel. I mean, my channel, rather than this one. I did it by accident, and it worked. And I thought, what's going on? And I went and checked, and I was allowed back on. I was allowed back on 4 months. Yeah, 4 months before I should have been. So really, I think I only had a month off. But somehow, I was allowed back long before I should have been. But here's the mysteries, because there's a couple of mysteries. I had 4 strikes, 3 strikes, and your channel is gone. Your channel is totally wiped on 3 strikes within a 6 month period. So if you time your offences, you can have a rolling programme of getting strikes. But if you get 3 within a 6-month period, you're gone completely, where your channel just vanishes. And that's what really gutted me last time, because it's not just my videos that are gone, it's all my music playlist and all the other stuff that I've got. Years and years and years of putting music videos together, which if you go and click on Jim 1A below the left hand side of the video, that takes you to the home page and you'll see playlist. And if you look at the playlist, I've got like 4 huge collections of music videos, and that I like to go and watch every now and then. So that was the gutter, and I had too many videos to upload, you know, to download. It's like it's over 1,500 videos. I started to do it and then I thought, nah, let it go. So I had that. Now here's the second mystery. I had to put my appeal in for this latest one. Got denied. But when I went on the page to check, it's got my last offence as being June 2019. The four strikes I got, the 4 suspensions, have vanished. They've gone. They don't exist anymore. They're not there. It's as though it never happened. So you think to yourself, well, how's that happened? You got the first mystery, how did I get back a lot earlier than I should have been? And then you've got this mystery, where have all the strikes gone? Where have all the offences gone? Well, I don't know, and I don't really care. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It is what it is. Just like the future is what it is. And what I'm about is maybe showing people that there's a way that we can look after ourselves to prepare for the future by linking in with the inner voice that is God. God is just a word, you know what I mean? That's all it is, a word. You can call the entity that is in reality the universal creator. You can call him Joe, you can call him Top Dog, you can call him whatever you want. I used to call him the big fella, until I realised that God is just a word, and it's a convenient word. It's just a convenient word. That's why all these religions are killing it. That's why you got your Muslims going Allah. In that video that got took down, I explained that the videos I was going to put up, the 2 videos, I decided not to do them because I could have done better. And in the videos I was talking about the cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad in Bradford school. And you've got the Muslims that will get so upset over the word Allah, and they'll get so upset over a picture. How's that going to affect the future? Or should I say, what is that? What's that about? With the reality of the universe and God and our creation. What the hell is a picture? What the heck is getting upset about a picture that's been created by somebody? What good is that going to do their religion, their life? But it is what it is. I never put the videos up, but I may get around to making it one day in the future. And I'm not going to back off on subjects. I'm just going to be like this video's called I got sloppy. Well, maybe I got sloppy in that video that got took down, because part 2 never got took down. And the videos that are important are still there on the links. Like there's a link to the guy that used to be the head of FISA for 30 years and his opinions. Now that's important. So, and maybe I got sloppy in what I said, and the algorithm picked it up, so it's a lesson for me. So what I'm going to talk about in this video, I'll only be quick because I'll give you a couple of links. The world's changing, and I said a long time ago, when you see America's borders from the south, the way, this is before Biden, before 2021, over the years you can see this Hispanic growth. Hispanics moving into America, assimilating, whether it's illegally or whatever, but the children go to school, so it's a generational thing, and each generation gets stronger and becomes more a part of the society, and they all become voters eventually. Well, what these voters are, they are Catholic voters, and this is what I said, it's a Catholic infiltration of America, it's a Catholic takeover of America. And you had the Catholic President Kennedy, who got in really by an accident. He got in because Nixon, in a debate or questioning, sweated like a pig, and there was like stains on his shirt appearing. His face was running because he was sweating like a pig. And a lot of people were put off voting for him because of this picture of him. There's a theory that they actually turned the cameras up, the lights up, to make him sweat, to make him look bad, and it worked. If they did that, it worked. Sounds like a proper democratic trick, that. Anyway, so Kennedy became the first Catholic president, and he pushed the war in Vietnam, which was a Catholic war. Like I've just said, I've just finished the books. Let me just get it for a second. Give me patience. Be patient. Street Without Joy, the French in Vietnam in the late 40s and 50s. That is a brilliant book. Street Without Joy, Bernard B. Fall. Fantastic book, if you can get it. Gives you a total new insight. But I've always said that Vietnam was a Catholic war, or since I got interested in politics, since the revelations happened to me and things that started happening, and I had my blog radio show, which I started in 2007, and it went right to 9, 10, 11, 12. And I've always said that Vietnam was a Catholic war because the Vatican, the Jesuits, moved into Asia, Japan. Nagasaki was a Catholic city. Alright, it wasn't all Catholic, but it was a Catholic stronghold, Nagasaki, with the cathedral and everything. And the Jesuits controlled access to Japan. You had to go through. The emperor made it so that the Jesuits, you had to go through them to get access to Japan, and Nagasaki was the port. It was the only port where you could go in with your goods. You couldn't sail anywhere in Japan, any port. You just had the one port. And you did it through the Jesuits. And the Jesuits were also in Vietnam, the Philippines, Cambodia, Laos, Korea, China. I remember watching a video, a documentary on BBC, and it was the wall. And what they did was they started at the wall as it went into the sea. Great Wall of China, it went into the sea, so it started there and then it followed the whole 2,000 miles of the wall, the Great Wall of China. And there was one section right in the far north of China, and there was a little town built around the wall. So you had the wall, and then this town was built off it, and then you had a wall around the city. And there, right butting up against the wall, was a Catholic church. The Catholic Church was a big part of Chinese life, but the communists took it out. And it's the Jesuits. And when the French went back into Vietnam after the Second World War, that was the Catholic Church, the Vatican, reclaiming their hold on Vietnam, taking it back from the Japanese. And Ho Chi Minh had by then set up his government. It's a long story, you know, it's dead interesting when you start looking at things. But I've always said that it's the Jesuits and the Catholic Vatican, Vietnam. Well, I said that all this influx of people is the Catholic Church getting its voters into the United States of America so that they can get their Catholic president, and then they can get their Catholic agenda on the planet done, which is the big war against the Muslims, Iran, stuff like that. And then it'll be the sorting out of Europe as well. So the Vatican is claiming domain over North America, South America, Europe, and then the war in the Middle East to establish authority. And they're going to use the military might of America in these wars, with Europe helping when it comes to what's coming. This is all a generational thing, a decade thing, a plan. And Trump screwed it all up. So now they've got sloppy. Like I got sloppy in the video that got took down. They're getting sloppy. They have been sloppy. Because Trump screwed it all up, the plan. Instead of the steady increase in Hispanic, now they've got Biden in, who is a Jesuit. Biden is a Jesuit, and I've said this for years. That's why he was put as the vice president, to keep his eye on Obama. And we now know that he was doing dirty deals with Ukraine, Catholic country. And the Catholics butting up against the Holy Mother Church of Russia. You know, they're a bastion up against Russia, same as Poland. And Poland is one of the strongest Catholic countries in Europe, and it's like it's punching above its weight through the Catholic Church in the European Union. They've banned abortion because the Catholic Church is really establishing itself in Poland. It's really exerting its power. So what we're seeing in America is this flooding of people who will eventually become voters. Well, what they're organising is now, they're actually organising that these people are going to get stimulus checks to help them establish themselves in America. They're going to get a stimulus check. And it's going to pay their expenses to establish themselves. And there's going to be networks of charities that are government funded that will help them establish themselves. And they ain't going back. Don't matter what happens. They are not going back. And they are going to be voters in future elections that owe their allegiance to the Democratic Party. So we've got all this turmoil, and you can see where it's going. So I'm going to give you a video of Black Conservative Perspective, and he's showing Tucker, because Tucker's talking about it. What they're doing is they're calling it the replacement theory. Well, isn't that what's happening here? 1 million Catholic Poles. 1 million Catholic Poles moved into this country under Tony Blair, and Tony Blair was a secret Catholic. Always was. And then as soon as he stopped being Prime Minister, he did a quick 6 weeks course rather than a couple of years with the main Catholic in the country. I forgot his name. He did a private audience with him over a few weeks, and he officially became a Catholic. But he flooded this country with Catholics from Europe, mainly Poles. And eventually you're going to get, here it's slowly, but in America, because of Trump, they've got this panic on. Oh, that's the other thing. Boris Johnson. He's got Carly, whatever her name is, got the baby with her. They're not married. But that baby, she took that baby to Rome somehow during all the lockdowns. Don't know how she did it. But they went to Rome, and she had a private audience with the Pope to bless that child, to baptise that child. You just got to laugh, haven't you? So, America, you see Tucker talking about replacement theory, and you can see Europe being replaced, people being replaced, Germany, France. It is what it is. And you think, well, why would, you can understand why the Vatican would allow this huge influx of Hispanics into North America, but you can't understand why they'd allow a huge influx of Muslims into Europe, especially Germany, Sweden, Norway. Why would they allow it? Why would they allow the Muslim culture to bury European culture? Well, in America it's for the vote, to get a Catholic president ready for the future war. And in Europe it's the Muslims being allowed in to create resentment against the Muslims ready for the war. And in this country we've got like 1 million Poles, and then the time it's been going on, the children are being born and they're voters, so their politicians will get in, that the Vatican pushes. But the Vatican is planning a war, a big war on the Muslims. But here's the thing, the elite of the Muslim world are going with it, because wars create money, and their money is invested in the businesses that make money from war, all the oil money. And well, who's the war going to be with? Well, you can already see it with Syria, but Syria is about getting to Iran, the big war. Even Turkey, there might be a war with Turkey. But you've got all these wars, it's going to be on the poor of the Muslim world. The elite just walk away, just like the elite are going to walk away from the financial destruction of America. It's the middle classes and the poor. Well, you're going to see the middle classes and the poor of the Muslim world totally destroyed and set back 100 years. Even Pakistan. Muslims don't get it. And they think, oh yeah, the Vatican is the enemy. No, the enemy is within each of the religions. The enemy, the spiritual enemy, the spiritual evil entity is within every religion, controlling the religions. Making the poor and the middle classes hate each other from each religion. They hate each other anyway within a religion, but they're beginning to make it so that they hate each other outside their religions. And this will justify the war, and people will go along with it. In fact, it'll be like releasing the safety valve off a pressure cooker. That's what wars are. And you can see it coming. So you've got that video by Black Conservative Perspective about replacement theory in America. And yeah, I've said it for years. It's the Vatican getting Catholics in to vote for Catholic representatives, and then have a Catholic president ready for the big war that the Vatican's got planned. George Bush, he was a secret Catholic. His brother Jeb Bush converted to Catholicism because he didn't win the 1994 governor's election. He didn't win it. So he converted to Catholicism so that he could rerun again in 98 or 96, I forgot which 4-year period it was. And then he won it with the Catholic vote, the Hispanic vote of Florida. That was so he could prepare for the 2000 election with his brother. And he rearranged the Diabol voting machines. He got the Diabol voting machines in, and they were all accessible to hacking. That's the Vatican. That's the power of the Vatican. He had to go and convert to Catholicism to get George Bush in, ready for the future wars on the Muslims. Well, there's a bigger war with Muslims planned. There's a bigger one. And that's all we're doing, just laying out the groundwork. And I've been saying this for years. Tony Blair was part of it. But Trump screwed it all up. So now they've had to get Biden in, even though we know he's senile, he's going senile. And then he's just signing papers that are put in front of him. And it's all preparation for the big war. We've also got this big change in society. I'm going to talk about Mission. He's got not a bad little website. And he stands up for men, like he talks about men and stuff, you know, this ongoing situation with women. And he got banned. Got suspended, and a lot of men's channels are getting suspended because besides this Catholic stuff, you've also got the LGBT transgender agenda. And if you have a percentage of men and women now that are lesbian or gay, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what the politically right term is, but LGBTQ. So you've got a percentage, but now they're altering the pool with the injections to make boys girls and girls boys. So they're increasing the percentage, which is voters. It sounds extreme and it sounds daft, but now that you can see the borders of between Mexico and America being stormed in many, many ways, and you can see the desperation in how they are trying to get boys chemically altered to girls and girls chemically altered to boys, you just know there's this wave of evil that has a plan. And there's so much resentment going to be created, and we've just got to sit back and get ready for the war. And there's going to be a lot of things that happen between them. And this doesn't even involve China yet and their situation in Russia. China have just done an absolutely huge, gigantic deal with Iran. And it's as though they're not bothered about the financial consequences of sanctions by trading with Iran from America. Because America's not allowing anyone to trade with Iran. Sanctions, blah, blah, blah. But China seem not to be worried, as though they know that in the near future America will be a total irrelevance to them. It's as though they know that America, its power will be imaginary. Like I say in my book, all power is imaginary. God's power is the only real power. Every other power is imaginary. And it's as though China has decided, not worried about America, their power is imaginary, and they will be shown to be totally irrelevant very, very soon. It's as though they know something's coming.